Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Well, we have an extra special rundown for you of... Did you know that these were going to take Prinny, their beloved pet, their beloved pride and joy, that Prinny? They are going to take her on holiday with them, not just to Mablethorpe. I tell you, it is going to be a European trip of a lifetime for young Prinny. She's going to love it. She's going to run free. She's going to run around the mountains, over the mountains, down again. And she's going to wag her tail and chase the squirrels and chase the rabbits and everything. She's going to have so much fun. But that's if Sarah can figure out how to get it done. But what would be an Ingham vlog without asking your precious iFam exactly how they can take their dog away with them to Europe?
Prinny's loving life. Aren't you, Prinny? Wonder if this camper will have a doggy friend for you to play with. Prinny! She's like, don't even talk to me because right now I'm concentrating on who our new neighbours are. Oh, you need a groom, Prinny. Look how fluffy you are. You need a groom. I really want to take Prinny away with us this summer. I need to work out like how you go about getting like a doggy passport and things like that. I know that she's up to date like medically, but I don't know how it works to take pets away abroad.
So you thought you'd ask your actual pride and joy, your iFam. Yeah. Well, Sarah, perhaps maybe ask Jane, because Jane spends more time with your dog than you do.
With you. But now that we've got the bigger RV van, I still worry a little bit. The main reasons that we've not taken her in the past are still the same. They're still there. Like, she's often travel sick, and it's a long journey, but she's actually not been sick in the car for a long time now. So I don't know if that's something she's just got over.
Well, one of the main reasons, if I remember correctly, is because it's, you know, taking Prinny to a very, very hot country is not fair on the dog. That was your main concern before. Whether or not that was a real concern of yours, I don't know, but that's what you said. My concern is more surrounding you leaving the dog alone in the RV. You know, I'm thinking that if you go to Edinburgh and leave your dog in the centre of Edinburgh in a caravan, you'll do anything, because the dog at the end of the day will, stop you doing what you want to do. You won't let the kids stop you doing what you want to do. You're not about to let a dog do the same thing.
Like Jace did, but I'd really like to take her away with us this year. And like, I don't know, I just think she'd really enjoy it. Not like in the height of summer or anything like that. It depends on when we go, to be honest. We don't have any plans right now.
Well, I find it utterly bizarre that you have no current plans to go away anywhere, having just spent £93,000 on an RV. It just seems like if I was going to spend so much money on a vehicle like that, I would have in the back of my mind, I want to go here, there or somewhere else. But no, you just want to stick it in your driveway just in case, isn't it? Just in case when one day you might wake up and think, well, what should we do today? Should we go out in the RV, or should we take the caravan, or should we take the van, or maybe we should just sleep in the car? You know, you've got options. That's the main thing. It is options.
But if we go, like, when it's not too hot, I'd really, really like to take her. She just loves being with us.
She loves being she loves being with you, Sarah. Sarah, I don't even think she knows who you are half the time. You're just this family who come every now and again and just pick her up and have her over for sleepovers and stuff like that. I think that's what she thinks you are. Maybe like the babysitters. Maybe that's what she thinks, you're the babysitter. But I mean, she spends as much time with Jane as she does with you, if not more. So I think that should tell you pretty much all you need to know.
She loves like travelling and adventures, not like the driving part, but hopefully she'd be okay for that. And she loves like the beaches and things like that, so I think it'd be really nice to take her with us.
Is this a new phenomenon, Sarah? I mean, you'd love to take her with, but you just don't know how because you're going abroad. But how many times have you been to places where you can actually take her? You went on a road trip to Scotland, you didn't take her. You've been to Ireland, you didn't take her. You've been all over the UK, you didn't take her. You'll take her on short journeys to here, to Mablethorpe, and that's it. But you could have taken her to your last Scotland trip. You didn't, because in fact I have no idea why. The only excuses you've given before about taking her overseas is because it's too hot or it's too long a journey or whatever. But are these other journeys which are shorter and colder, then you'd have no excuse, but you still didn't take her. So I'm not quite sure what this new thing is that you now all of a sudden want to be taking your dog, or is this just for content? Because that's, let's face it, that could also be another option
when we go again this year. But has anybody ever done that? Taking your doggy abroad with you? Do you have to get like a pet passport? I'm sure you have to get a pet passport. And has there been anything that you've struggled with whilst you've been away with your pet? Or just any general advice? Would you do it?
Okay, Sarah, so this is my advice, and take it as you will or leave it as you probably will. I suggest that it's each to their own whether or not they take their pet on holiday with them, right? I know I've complained about you not taking her, but at the end of the day, it's what is best for the dog. And if you can look after her, if you can maintain her, if you know what you're doing with her, if you love her and care for her and all these things, it gives you a possibility of taking her. If you can't be bothered looking after her once you've got her there, then the answer is a big fat no. Don't take her, because she will need a lot of readjusting. You know, she is a person too, and you can't just say, Prinny, you've made the journey brilliant, great. You just stay there in your corner in the van under whatever rubbish that you put there for her. You can't just leave her there and expect her to fend for herself. You need to actually care for her and look after her and treat her well and make sure she's got everything that she needs, and take her out for walkies every day, many times a day. Take her with you when you go out. You don't ever leave her in the van whilst you go to the beach. Ever. And if you need to leave her behind for any reason, I suggest somebody staying there with her to look after her. I can't stress this enough. Do not leave your dog alone in the van in a foreign country. Period. Okay? For one thing, you know, dog napping is an actual thing, right? But also you really want to look after your dog because it's a foreign country and it needs extra care and attention. Okay? Those are my pieces of advice. Please take on board what I've said.
Would you recommend? Oh, there is a doggy, Prinny. Oh, that's a big doggy. Any advice, basically, because we've never taken Prinny abroad before. So does anybody have any advice on do's and don'ts or pros and cons to taking a pet abroad, especially if you go like, well, you can only go in, you can't take them to a hotel, can you? But especially like in a caravan or an RV or a van or something like that. Comment down below and let us know.
Your life must be brilliant, Sarah. Sat there on a deck chair in a caravan park in Mablethorpe, speaking to the camera, asking your imaginary friends advice on taking your dog to Europe. Just Does anybody else see anything wrong with that, or is it just me?
This owner's just getting his doggy out. Prinny's literally sat patiently waiting. Oh, it's a doggy. It's a big doggy. Isn't it? You are such a good dog, Prinny. You are literally such a good dog.
Okay, so I might be about to upset one or two people here a little bit, but I'm thinking that you should be putting your dog on a lead. Okay? Don't let her roam around just because you're saying that she is such a good dog. She's just sat there doing, watching and not, But what if, okay, what if that dog, because you don't know if that dog is a friendly dog or not a friendly dog. You don't know if your dog is going to be friendly towards that dog, because different dogs interact differently with different breeds, okay? And it's just the fact of life. Doesn't mean your dog is a bad dog or their dog is a bad dog. That's just the way it works, and you don't know. So if that dog approaches your dog, it could be the end of Prinny, or it could be the end of the other dog. You don't know. So why would you let your dog off the lead for any reason whilst you're there? She could approach another child. Just because she's never done something before doesn't mean she never will. You've always got to be taking precautions and be careful with your dog for both her safety and other people's safeties and everybody's safety, right? So put your dog on a lead. Also, you didn't have her on the lead when that caravan was parking up, so that another safety aspect there, which, when you're talking here about whether or not you should take her abroad, I think we need to get back to the basics of just keeping your dog safe and things like that.
And they're back!
So yeah, comment down below, guys. Would you take your dog overseas? Do you need a pet passport? Do you need to be medically qualified to know whether or not to take your dog abroad? Do you need this or that? Do you need a certificate? When do you need to do it? Do you need rabies tests? Do you need to know anything? And most importantly of all, can you look after your dog whilst abroad? Comment everything you want to comment down below. That would be lovely to know. And any advice you can give to Sarah as well, because I'm sure she will be watching. So, thank you all so much. Please, please, please give this video a massive thumbs up. Also, I don't know if you've noticed, but I have a channel membership scheme whereby you can get various perks for as little as 99p. It's a bargain, but also, more importantly, it means that I know that you really appreciate what I'm doing here, and I appreciate you so much for taking the time and the expense and show me how much you appreciate what I do, and I thank you. If you want to also join the team, give this video a join, click the join button even, and you can do so there. Thank you all so much. Aside from that, please give this video a thumbs up. I think I've already said that. And comment what you want to comment down below, and subscribe to the channel, because I'm here every single day and sometimes more than once a day. I know it's hard to believe, but until next time, take care and bye-bye.